Hello everybody and welcome back to Toy Stew. Got a little bit something different today. Going to do an engine swap with Mavis and one of these diesel 10s I got rolling around here. I got Mavis a couple of weeks ago and noticed she's running really slow compared to the other engines. And so what I discovered is that Mavis and diesel 10 use the same motor, and I'm pretty sure that this motor is in some other diesels. These are the only, diesel 10 was the motor I knew that could work for an exchange, so that's why I got another diesel 10. The original I have is on the left.
I ordered another one, and it's the one rolling around on the right hand side, and of course Mavis in the middle. And you can probably tell Mavis is much slower. And my thinking was, you know, she's not going to do well at all in these fastest competitions. So what I thought I'd do is swap the motors. So that's what I'm doing. Just want to demonstrate the different speeds. Those two diesel 10s, they're a little bit different speed, but they're pretty close. Mavis is just much slower. And there's nothing wrong with being slow, especially on the strongest competitions. Sometimes the slower engines are actually the faster, or actually the stronger ones. But I thought, try to make everything more even, I'd swap motors. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take the battery, I'll take the top battery compartment off of Mavis. And these are all done with Phillips head screwdrivers. On Mavis, you need to unscrew the middle wheels. It comes out, and you can take this top part off, just squeeze the middle and it'll come out. Take the battery out, and just a word, if you haven't taken things apart before, you may want to get a grown-up to help you. It's not too complicated, but it can get, if you've never taken something apart before, it can get confusing knowing what piece goes first and where did that screw go and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of be careful when you're taking things apart. On something like this, the main thing is just to know kind of where where each screw went and get it all back together. You don't want leftover parts when you're taking things apart. So what I did there was take off, there's two screws holding the motor in. And these are the same size screws. So if you get them, you can use, if you get the screws where exactly they went, they'll match in both holes, so that part is not that important. And you'll see that motor just kind of pops up. There goes this coupler. That'll be easy to put back in there. And it just comes out. Just that easy. There's a little metal prong there, which brings power to the motor from the battery. I think that's the negative part of the motor, and it connects up to the wire there at the bottom of the motor. So I made a little sticker out of masking tape just so I won't get confused in the future. This has an M for Mavis. So we're going to put her motor right there. Let's get her stuff here while I take a diesel 10 apart. Okay, diesel 10's a little bit easier in that there's not a middle wheel, and you just squeeze the middle and it comes off. Got these two tabs holding it. Take his battery out, and from what I can tell, it's a slightly different design. This one has a little knob coming out, which this one doesn't. Just very small design differences, but it's going to work out. So we'll take out his screws that keep the motor in. And again, you can see that motor, once those screws are out, that motor just kind of pops up. So let's label this guy. This is diesel 10. Put a D10 on him. I don't know if I showed you guys there's the axle with the axle gear. You just want to make sure you get it on the same side if it does come out, which it's usually on these engines, it's usually on the left. And you can't really mess that up because I think it'll only go in one way, so. Alright. So I'll match those up later. Now, let's get Mavis going here. Get her coupler back in. So, D10 motor going into Mavis. You can see on the motor where these gears are going to match up to the gear on the axle. That coupler going. There's going to be a little tab right there on the motor. It's going to hook. Let me show you. It's going to hook into that little slot right there. Alright, so get that coupler on. Get the tab in. Press down, and it's in. So you can see on the bottom where that little tab hooked in to this other plastic piece, the black plastic piece. So now, we get our motor screws. What I like to do is get one screw kind of started and then work on the other one, kind of back and forth. Like this one seemed kind of different there. Okie doke. Let's get the battery in and see what happens. It's a runner. I'm going to take this screw out. It's kind of acting like it didn't want to go all the way in there. Since these motors are designed just a little bit differently on some of the details, that may be why this screw doesn't want to go in all the way. Alright. Battery back in. That seems to be running a lot faster. So put her cover back on. Snap. And put these middle wheels on. Get it figured out here in a minute. She wants to go. So those middle wheels should kind of snap in there. Screw that middle screw down. Alright, there's Mavis with her new motor. So here's my original diesel 10. There's Mavis. Alright. What I'm going to do is get them on the tracks and we can see, do a comparison, is what I was trying to say. Alright, be right back.
Okay, well I got them switched and Mavis is running a lot faster. I think you can tell. So she's going to be good to go on these fastest competitions. One interesting thing I found out is that when I put Mavis's motor into diesel 10, he did not want to run. So what I think is the deal, you know, I was talking about those small design changes. I think one of those gears, either the axle gear or the gear that accepts that axle gear, are different sizes. And So the old, or that diesel tin that I bought to help Mavis out, for now I cannot use it. I can't figure out a way to make it work. But Mavis is running with that diesel tin's motor. So kind of an interesting setup there, or interesting end. But I do have a diesel tin and a Mavis running fast too. So appreciate you guys joining. Let me know if you like these kind of repair engine swap videos, and I may be doing one. In fact, I am doing one on trying to fix Arthur's axle gear. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all take care out there. Come on back, be sure and give a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe and comment, request, and all that good stuff. We'll see you next time here on Toy Stew. Bye bye.